how it is that we still feel like our industrial and our cityscape areas are a big toilet for the Great Lakes. It should not be happening. I don't think we should be doing it. It's pretty simple. I don't know who's going to argue that we should be doing it.
Mississauga resident Russ Johnson voicing the frustration of many Canadians about plastic litter in our waterways.
All along the St. Lawrence and the Great Lakes, we have to figure out what we're doing, and to pretend otherwise is not acceptable.
All of this plastic litter that you can see here strewn all over this creek bed is exactly the kind of debris that residents are concerned about. You can even see it all caught in here between these twigs and leaves. Well, this garbage is flushed down all of the rivers and creeks and also deposited out of these storm drains all through the GTA.
And we're one of the wealthier countries in the world, spewing out bags and bags of plastic waste every time there's a storm. I just think the city has a responsibility to deal with it.
He, along with many residents across the GTA, have taken it upon themselves to individually pick up plastic or organize cleanups.
Kind of two different ways of doing it. Sometimes I go out with a bucket and a grabber and I pick up buckets and buckets full of garbage.
But they're looking for the support of all levels of government to make a permanent solution happen.
I don't really think that my individual volunteerism is the way to fix the problem of Christopher Creek, right? So at some point you look at the people you're paying to do a job and you ask them to do their job.
In Mississauga, efforts are underway and systems are being tested. As a first step, they've installed this netting on one of the runoff drains.
Catch some of the plastics and other refuse like that to do a small part of what needs to be a larger strategy.
Residents see it as a positive first step, but definitely not a solution.
What it shows is that the city does find some concern, and I think on top of that, once you've done it once and you've admitted there's a problem, I'm not entirely sure how you go back on that and don't follow through with an actually effective solution.
So good first step in your eyes.
Absolutely, it's a good first step.
But there is not yet any concrete plan for the future.
It's got to be a full, proper, thought-out strategy. Little bits of what we can do, coming out and doing shoreline cleanups and picking up on a local level, having netting in front of open pipes. That's one thing, but also having the federal and provincial government ante up as well. And I'd like to see where they actually put some money where their mouth is.
They're hoping that some of that money could go towards a permanent solution, something like these collection systems that have been put in place by other countries around the world, including these images from Australia.
We've seen the effectiveness in Australia, and plastic waste is plastic waste in Canada or Australia. Let's just follow what makes sense. If you're doing a good job, use the role model that is doing it right?
Well, many cities and towns like Mississauga have taken these first steps. Residents believe it will take continued public pressure to ensure that further permanent measures of collection are installed here and across the country. In Mississauga, Audra Brown, City News.